When I was navigating skincare, as I was kind of starting to buy anti-aging products, I guess I was around 50, looking back on what would I have liked to know? What would have made this easier for me had I known this 10 years ago? So if you're a woman over 50 like me, whether you are just starting out on your anti-aging skincare journey or you have a routine and you want to really know, am I using the products to see results? This video is for you. Hi there, I'm Ann. Welcome to AnnEvolving. So what I'm sharing with you today is part 2 of a 3-part mini-series. The first part, we talked about the ingredients you need to have in your anti-aging regimen if you want to see results. There's so many ingredients out there. It's kind of hard to know, where do I start? What do I really need to see change in my skin? If you had to do anything starting out, whether you're 30, 40, 50, what have you, I would do vitamins A, B, C, and add in that hyaluronic acid. And if you really want to start rebuilding that collagen and elastin, add in the peptides. So those are the ingredients that we're looking for. But how do you even navigate all the online products, all the products in the store? Other thing I want to say is, just because you're older does not mean you need to spend more on the products. If the products have these ingredients in them, it doesn't mean you have to buy more of a certain thing or a more expensive certain thing. That's just a marketing gimmick. So as long as you know what to look for, and that's what we're going to talk about, you're going to be good to go. If you want to buy something elegant, I have a couple of brands that I really enjoy, and I do include them in my regimen because I like the experience of it. That's a preference. That is not a requirement. In today's video, we're just going to keep it simple. I'm going to give you options that will work for you, and if you follow the regimen, if you do what they say on the label and you put these things together, you will see younger looking skin in 90 days. You absolutely will. So first, I'm going to go through each ingredient and kind of share with you what product I would choose for each. And then I'm going to give you a few options if you decided to go by brand and bundle products from that brand. And so that way, if you want to go to one website or it's easier for you to shop on Amazon, what have you, I'm going to give you those options. I do want to disclaim that I'm not a professional. As I said, I am just an ordinary woman, and I am navigating what products I buy, and I'm sharing that with you for information or entertainment. But you always should check with your own dermatologist or a skincare professional. I want you to notice that all the products I'm choosing are serums, and that's because serums tend to penetrate more deeply. All right. Vitamin A, we're finally starting. Thanks for sticking with me. I promise this is going to be so helpful. So vitamin A, that is the class of retinoids that we talked about. You want to check with your doctor before you do a vitamin A. Take a minute before you start any skincare that has actives in it, ingredients like retinoids like that, because you want to be very careful. Your skin is the largest organ of your body, and when you put something on your face, it could have effects internally as well. All retinoids must convert to retinoic acid on the skin for your skin to reap the benefits from the ingredient. In this plan, we're going to start with the lowest formulation, which is retinol. It may be the least potent, but that doesn't mean it's not effective. It's the entry level to using retinoids. This website, verywellhealth.com, tested and ranked the top retinol creams, serums, and moisturizers backed by 12 weeks of testing. Their number one pick was an encapsulated retinol at a cost of $89 from a brand called Shani Darden. I think that's really expensive, so I did some searching. I wanted to find a product that had encapsulated retinol, and I wanted to learn more about it. So I visited skincare.com, and the board-certified dermatologist Dr. Megan Feely explained the benefit of encapsulated retinol, which is to increase the stability of retinol, enabling it to penetrate more deeply into the skin while mitigating the potential side effects. And then I noticed She also had her top recommendation for an encapsulated retinol, and get this, it's $15. Her top suggestion is the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol Serum. That is the retinol that we're going to put on our list to start with. Now, moving on to the vitamin B. B3 niacinamide is the one we're going to go with. I've used the ordinary niacinamide 10%. It has 1% zinc, and it is $6. I like it, the formula is nice, and the cost is super. As I learned more about skincare, I have opted for a higher price item in this category. I have been using Dermatology's Needleless Serum. It is one serum with 3 of the must-have ingredients. It has niacinamide, which is the B3, it has hyaluronic acid, and it has peptides. And it has ceramides and a copper complex and a vitamin B5. It's $69. If you do choose a product like that, you can go on an auto replenish, and I think they last me about 3 to 4 months a bottle. And you save 20%, so then it becomes $55 per bottle. So if you are just starting out, I might go the option that I took initially, which was the ordinary, because you want to make sure that these ingredients, as you add them in, aren't giving you any problems. But if you already are onboarded to skincare, I do recommend the Dermatology Needleless Serum. Vitamin C is the next one, and this one can cause some irritation. And that's because you want to get one that has the L-ascorbic acid in it. There are different types of vitamin C, but you want the one with L-ascorbic acid. And I recommend starting with a 10%, no more than a 15%. I want to say I started with Dermatology because I was already using their Needleless Serum. So I bought their vitamin C, E, and ferulic acid. It smelled like hot dog water, and I didn't really like it, but it was how I was getting my vitamin C at the time. And it was $69. So I was already using the Needleless Serum for $69. This was $69. And doing that, I was kind of getting everything in those 2 products. So that's what I did for a while. Then I wanted to, and it was a 15% vitamin C. Then I saw the Timeless formulation, and I tried that, and I really liked it, but it started to bother my neck. It was 20%. That I think it now has a 10% formulation, so you could certainly try that. And it sounds like a very reasonable option. It does not smell like hot dog water. So if I had to choose one and you're just starting, I think that Timeless option is a great one because it's a very good price point. The next 2 ingredients that we're talking about is the hyaluronic acid and the peptides. So in the past few years, I know hyaluronic acid is so popular. You see it in face wash, you see it in moisturizers, serums, creams, oils. But again, I want to use this serum. We're choosing a high molecular weight and a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid formulation, and we want it in a serum. The ordinary hyaluronic acid is a great one. It's $9.90. It has 5 forms of hyaluronic acid, helps provide hydration to multiple layers of the skin, low, medium, and high molecular weight molecules. And like I said, I use the Needleless Serum because it has the different molecular weight of the hyaluronic acid that I enjoy, and that's how I get my vitamin B and peptides as well. Now, peptides. I love the ordinary copper peptides. I've used that before, and I really recommend it. It has an ingredient, matrixyl, in it. It has copper peptides in it. 2 great ingredients. Because this serum contains direct copper peptides, it targets signs of aging that are typically associated with oxidative stress, resulting in radiant, healthier looking skin. One that I haven't tried is the Inky List Collagen Peptide Serum. It has Matrixyl 3000. It costs $15, which is incredible. In fact, I think I might try this. The difference is this one does not have copper peptides. But again, that could be good. If you're just starting out, why complicate the formulation? So again, I would start with the vitamin A I would buy would be the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol Serum for $15. The vitamin B I would start with the ordinary niacinamide 10% plus zinc, and that's $6. The vitamin C I would start with is the Timeless 10% vitamin C L-ascorbic acid. I would probably get the hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary since I'm already getting their niacinamide. Just put 2 things in the cart. I recommend starting with the Inky List collagen peptide serum without the copper peptides, just to see how it does. If you want to bundle and shop by brand, this is what I would do. From The Ordinary, you would buy the retinol, the niacinamide, and the hyaluronic acid and peptides. You would have to add in your vitamin C, and so that's where you'd probably want to look at the Inky List or Timeless and choose one of those products for that. The other brand you can consider is the Inky List. I've not purchased from the Inky List. I have looked at the individual products and I have confirmed that the ingredients that they have in them are comparable to other products that I know work. So if you want to go to the Inky List and buy a bundle there, you can get all 5 products from that line in one basket. So for that, you would get the retinol, the niacinamide, the vitamin C, the hyaluronic acid, and the peptides. 5 products, it's $56.95. This is kind of a picture of that bundle, and I'll put a list for that if you want to shop with the Inky List. Anyway, like I said, when I started this, it was very confusing, and I heard so many different opinions. You know, if you're shopping for a retinoid or a vitamin C or any of those things, it's hard to understand what are the differences, what do I need, how do I use it so that I really can know that the product I'm getting is going to give me the results that I want. So based on my experience, I can tell you now, having gone through so many of these products and ingredients, I've learned to kind of discern what to look for. And so this is what I would tell myself if I were just starting. So I hope it's helpful to you. If you have any questions, I encourage you to leave them down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.